semi-final or final or even a quarter. These guys, one of them's probably going home.
You didn't think that this game would be must-win when I looked at the fixtures from 5 weeks ago, and we thought, well, Falcons, they'll come good, surely. FNATIC, they'll come good. Are FNATIC turning the corner right now? That last performance, it was a good performance. Picking up the 3 points, as you see the team on the screen right there, a little flavour of what's to come. Must watch FIFA. You can't miss this game right now. Team Falcons from left to right in the black and green strip, and from right to left, it's going to be FNATIC. TEKKZ and Diogo from right to left. Light blue Diogo, dark blue TEKKZ. I got a little bit nervous because Mike just touched me on the arm. MSDOSSARY, the red icon, and GOATMO, the yellow. Mike, what you got to say?
I want to throw this out quickly. Let us know in the chat, who do you have winning this matchup, because this is a big one. I would say this is the premier matchup. Everybody's been waiting for this head-to-head, especially in the 2v2 format. And the fact that it really feels like an elimination game. Yep. Everything's been escalated. And because of that, I just feel the drama. I feel the sweat. I feel the interest levels, the peak. Everything's there.
Well, you just saw that early chance there. It was a switch of play from FNATIC. Falcons picked up the ball and turned it on the other way. We do have another game taking place right now as well. It's not just FNATIC and Falcons, and that's Atlanta and Team Ducks. It's a must-win game for Atlanta United, and what a start after 3 minutes for Young and Paolo Neto. As we jump back to our featured matchup, chance there for Team Falcons. Runs into Lucio at the back.
And they really need that. If you're just tuning in, the first two matchups, if you're an Atlanta United fan, really haven't gone their way. Haven't been able to get the results. Looked a little sloppy on some of the defensive situations. And them starting out ahead puts them in a position to be able to dictate some of the tempo.
You see that as it stands table, that's the live table currently. The Riders top on 11, FNATIC on 9. They will go through. Ducks Gaming and Atlanta United on 8 apiece, and Team Falcons rooted at the bottom.
And I'm not sure a draw helps either of these teams.
It doesn't.
Whether you're a FNATIC fan, you're a Falcons fan, beautiful cross.
Oh, hello. Lovely Travella cross into the box. Edwin van der Sar right behind it. 30 minutes have gone so far, and it's been all Team Falcons.
And MSDOSSARY and GOATMO might feel a little bit hard done to not have a win to start out the day, because they had chances. Posts were hit, opportunities created. As you see that overtaking of possession.
Yeah, they certainly did. I mean, look, that Ducks game in second half, they were the dominant force in that game. They created opportunities. From the commentary booth right now, what you can't see, typically the other caster will sit and watch the game. Ryan Pessoa had his head in hands for the majority of the match, because it was missed chance after missed chance after missed chance for Team Falcons, and they need to tighten up if they want to take 3 points against FNATIC.
It's got to be said, though, it does come down to the details. Maybe hitting the post a little bit unlucky, but there's already been a couple chances where maybe a Travella lane opened up, or even that cross. You got to do better with that. That is in that bread and butter zone, 6-yard box. You've got Pele. He's unleashed. You have time. Put that into a corner.
Well, you just see a slight period of possession here from FNATIC, maybe getting their composure and calmness in this must-win game.
I think it's clever. I think it's smart. There might be some coaching behind them saying, you need to change the pace of this. The rhythm is a little bit offsetting. And it just takes the likes of Falcon out of the game.
I mean, I'm not sure what West Hanson's saying behind him. but
somebody said something back there, okay? Maybe Wes's beard twitched a little bit.
I think maybe just the experience that these two have got in these huge games on how to control the match. Chance here for FNATIC. It's going to be TEKKZ with R9 Ronaldo. Dancing, step overs, left and right. Vieira with the block.
That is brilliant offense. Maybe did it slightly too much. And even better defending. To sit tight, not to overreach or overstep. A big part of the competitive world is being able to bait some of these defenders or midfielders out of position. And that's what you're seeing with a lot of those step overs and change of direction. And MSDOSSARY and GOATMO, they didn't fall for any of it.
That ball will find its way to Vieira at left back, a new addition brought in with the inclusion of the brand new heroes surrounding the World Cup. Very rare that you see a player introduced in a promo, then almost instantaneously brought into the team. But Yaya Toure, obviously the upgrade on his regular, and then Vieira, a new addition at left back who plays a lovely pass down the line that introduces David Ginola into the game. He fires it back to Kylian Mbappe. Elastico inside the box, sees up his man, tries just dipping past Cafu, but GOATMO in the way.
It's got to be said as well. That is a skill move you don't see that often, where you have almost a flare heel to heel, where it gives you that extra step. Sometimes you get a nutmeg, or even the ball will bounce off the defender. It's really valuable in 2v2s, especially because you're having two players moving simultaneously, the team press, the double teams, you name it. Sometimes it'll push its way through and give you that extra burst.
And typically what you see in that situation, whether it's England, TEKKZ with another teammate, or with FNATIC with the Yogo, it's TEKKZ baiting the defence out, and then you just offload it for that extra pass, that sort of easy goal. Chance here for Team Falcons, again standing strong at the back. It's starting to get a little bit of flavour to this game. There's chances starting to pop up at either end of the pitch as Ronaldo whips it into the box. Vieira stands strong. It's only going to fall as far as Kylian Mbappe, but Zidane too strong against his compatriot.
And you're seeing some of that variety with both their attacks. There's a certain comfort level here, but at the same time, I don't know about you, but I feel some tension in the room. It's very quiet.
It's very, very tense as Ronaldo dances with MSDOSSARY. Just about. Again, there's been a lot of last-ditch tackles at the moment. We've only played 41 minutes. It feels like a marathon in this game because it's back and forth. The implications can't be understated with how big of a match this is.
And what you're seeing here is something that's pretty normal in the competitive scene, where you're looking for that final attack in the 45th minute. You hold it, you walk it in, you make sure that you're not going to allow a counterattack, so to speak.
Jarzinho out wide, Capdevia comes across. The referee will let us play this attack out here for Team Falcons. Let's see what Dossari and Goatmo can produce. Edge of the box, Zidane in the Trivela range. We expected it to come out. Ronaldo now, he picks up the pieces, tries firing the ball through to Pele, can't quite make it through the gap, and that will do us an action-packed first half, but yet again, when these two teams have played, we've seen no goals.
The 0-0 really doesn't do justice. It's got to be said.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the top of the tree are riders at the moment, and Kyle Walker is joined by that squad.
I am indeed, Richard. I'm here in the players' warm-up area. That's why it's slightly darker than out in the studio. I've got Tuga with me, top of the pack right now, top of Group C and leading it. But it feels like you've got this game off and everyone's chasing you. How difficult is that in this warm-up area?
It's a bit difficult because we are watching the games, hoping for some draws, some losses from some teams. But we need to focus on our game. We got a real quick chat on that, and we are only focused on the next game against Ducks. Against Team Falcons, and we need a win or a point to go to top 2.
And you're watching FNATIC against Team Falcons just now. Who do you think's going to come out on top?
Hopefully, FNATIC wins, just because Falcons we will be much more lower on this group. But whatever result comes from this game, it will be the same for us because we need to win against Falcons.
Brilliant. Well, the game's starting right now, so guys, I'll throw it back to you, and we'll be watching eagerly from the warm-up room.
Cheers, Kyle and Tuga. Great words there from a world champion. You made an observation just very quickly at half-time there in sort of the attacking play. Mike, talk me through it. The skill moves in particular.
Once we got into the final third on both Falcons and FNATIC, they both had very good entry-level or primary skills, and at the competitive level, you're often looking for that secondary skill, and that's kind of what was lacking in terms of the final piece of that attack and that storytelling that we talk about with the attack, and they just mistimed that, and that's why they didn't have an opener.
We'll see if those secondary skill moves can pay dividends here, that attack. Only as far as Virgil van Dijk, but David Ginola with a huge chance. Wide of the post, Falcons caught napping, and FNATIC should be 1-0 up.
I can't believe it. I was just going to say, or a major mistake. We didn't see any major mistakes in the first half. That was the first one. You have to convert. Ginola with the 5-5, a goal-scoring machine, an absolute threat, the correct body type, the movement, the razzle, the dazzle, and the finishing, and he left you off or let you down just slightly. All the time in the world, maybe too much time.
That has to convert.
I think it caught him off guard. I don't think they were ready for the opportunity. They got a big takeaway, maybe a little bit of a stutter step, and then capitalize versus the goalkeeper.
Well, he's looking to redeem himself. Just caught offside there is David Ginola. If that's you, Mike, does he get brought off?
He might be.
You missed a chance like that, off you come. You save
offsides now. I don't think we're on the same page. As you see a little more of the pressing, though, I like to see this from FNATIC. They're pushing on where they're taking some gambles, they're taking some risks.
This ball just kept moving at the moment from Team Falcons, trying to pick their way through the FNATIC defence. Goatmo inside the box, offloads it to Pele, great save, Edwin van der Sar.
That's total football, really deserves the goal. Almost everyone touches it with the build-up. Like you were saying, some of the tiki-taka, the speed of the build. And something we've noticed in this game in particular, FNATIC's had more success as they've slowed down the game, and Falcons have had more success if they sped up the game. So they have different approaches to their offensive build-up and even their final third work.
So the question really is who implements their game plan the better at the moment. Falcons looking to accelerate the pace in which this match does conclude. 28 minutes left to play. Pele is onside. He rips into the box. R9! A great defensive header. Round of applause from Lucio.
Everybody's putting in full effort. They're putting for a shift. They play for the badge, Rich. I mean, you see that. I think that's getting through. You have a diving header. You have that clearance. I will say this is a bit of a worrisome situation because corner kicks have been so effective, so dangerous. Sometimes it's that initial corner. We've even seen people shooting if you move the goalkeeper a little bit too far forward to try to take away angles. We've seen the resets. We've seen those secondary balls. There's just a lot of space to work with in corners or bounces that can go your way or go against you.
We just see here conversations, deep conversations. Enzo leading it. He's the coach, the man in the suit, if you are unaware, on Team Falcons. For FNATIC, it was just TEKKZ and Diogo having that chat, but I think both teams will see this as a very winnable game. A draw, I think you said at the top, helps nobody.
That's what I was just going to reiterate. If you're FNATIC, I'm sure you'll take the point because you're pushing towards the top a little bit, but at the end
Falcons
of the day,
can't not win this game. They have to win this game.
They need the 3 points because they're right back in the competition with those 3 points.
Well, I think if Falcons were to win this game, we'd have 3 teams on 8. Maybe 4 teams on 8 points.
It might be 4 teams, yeah, because FNATIC wouldn't have anything gaining. I'm sure we'll have the live update table that will
I'm just doing mental calculations in my head. Chance here from the corner. They've been dangerous so far. Whips into the box. Virgil van Dijk heads it away. MSDOSSARY floats it back in and picks up the ball with himself, actually. R9. Keeping the ball nice and tight to his chest. Couple of ball rolls, gets the byline. He'll get another chance at it. And now Pele. Reverse elastico into Jarzinho. Twisting left and right. Chance at the near post. Little bit hasty.
And that's what I was talking about when I'm dealing with the corner kicks, and not always that initial corner kick, but what you do afterward. You saw that reset, and you saw so many intricacies there, looking for end line space. Didn't quite find that end line space, and again, big credit on the defensive end, but it is dangerous, and they are working. They have that confidence, and that's why you do not want to allow corner kicks. They just always feel like opportunities in FIFA 23.
Well, we've currently got a 1-0 scoreline still for Atlanta United in their matchup. We'll have a look at the as it stands table when the ball does turn over. Here it is. Riders on 11, FNATIC on 9, Ducks Gaming on 8, Falcons on 6, and Atlanta on 8. So you would have 4 teams on 8 points.
If Falcons were to win, everyone's on 8 across the board. We have an 8 to an 11. Riders is probably okay with that. All things all things considered,
yeah.
But it's going to be a wild finish to the day.
And this could be the chance to get 8 points on the board for Team Falcons. Kylian Mbappe down the byline. Cafu will come across and he'll take a corner.
I'm saying 1 out of 3 of these go in for me. When I'm watching the pros and how they set it up, whether it's that initial direct approach or it's that secondary, ball bounces around, you see some of that final composure, something happens. And it's typically not good for the defensive end.
And you can just see, once again, deep chats.
Can we make that the future? I want all coaches in suits. This is the first time that I've seen Enzo pull up in a suit. I don't know what he's saying, but I feel that it's very important. You're going to listen. He's going to command some respect with the tactics.
The best bit about the suit is the green tie.
He's on brand.
Yeah, you've got to be. Where's the orange tie from Wes Tanser? That's my question.
I don't know if Wes has said anything throughout this game.
He's ever wore a suit in his entire life.
He looks very intimidating. If you had a bouncer as a coach, that would be someone that I would choose.
A bit like a Viking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would not run down on a Viking.
Never. Never would. We're going to get back underway very, very shortly indeed.
This has been a very eventful 0-0 if you're just tuning in.
Oh, it's been incredible.
We're 0-0 here, but you're seeing all the competitors try to outthink each other. We haven't necessarily had a post-hit, but we've had a lot of double down and overthinking, extra skills when maybe they needed less, simplicity and complications, all encompassing.
Cross whipped into the box. It's going to go all the way through to Patrick Vieira. He's dilly-dallying on it. The chance will fall to Virgil van Dijk, who saves from Edwin van der Sar. Big opportunities fall in the way of Team Falcons. We do have a goal in the other game. Every goal matters here.
Talk to me, Rich.
In this clutch group, and it will fall to Team Ducks. They level it up at 1 apiece. Draws galore here in round 3. Falcons looking to turn 1 into 3. with their point total, but they need to get this goal. FNATIC, on the other hand, they've been under pressure in the second half.
You felt a little bit of a shift, but that's fantastic composure to get out of the back. You see a little bit of the resurface, and they're going to get an extra attack out of that. But we have an updated Group C potential fixture here based on that draw. We both have 9 points here, assuming that FNATIC gets a draw in this game. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, Ducks would go back above FNATIC down to the tiebreakers that are currently separating the two sides. Atlanta and Falcons need to turn those draws into wins if they want to start propelling their team up the table. Yaya Toure picks up on that loose pass for FNATIC and drives towards the Falcons' goal. Zambrotta's across, but he can't stop the Ivory Coast midfielder who squares it into R9. Van der Sar comes through the back. He's going to bounce off R9. It was a certain goal.
I can't believe it. Wow. What an opportunity. That's maybe the first time we're going to say that R9 got in the way instead of converting the 1v1. Duck, move, jump, do something. Just get out of the way. That was a tap-in. That was the finish. And the goalkeeper might have had a little bit of a debatable situation there as well. The ankles looked like they were lost.
It looked like a penalty, I'll be honest. It's all come from Yaya Toure just driving 40, 50 yards down the pitch. What can Zidane do? He lays it into Eusebio, fresh off the bench. Can he be the star player here for Team Falcons? Ruud Gullit not with passing like that, but the referee will bring it back for a free kick. Goatmo is over it. Couple more players as well. R9, Zidane, Virgil van Dijk involved. There's only one player in the wall. Offloads to Mbappe. Trying to create the angle. Dossari knows the importance of this final chance. Biding his time. Ball roll scooped in the corner. Now Zambrotta's involved. He fires it into Zidane. Off to Gullit. Green timed. It's going to fall into Van der Sar's hands. And these two sides have met once before, 4 weeks ago.